took my husband to work, and now my boss is in love with him. I drove my husband to his new part-time gig that morning, and by the end of the week, my director was obsessed with him. My husband Daniel isn't just easy on the eyes. He's the sort of man who gets stopped in the hardware aisle with compliments from strangers. Cashiers doodle hearts next to his name on receipts. Neighbors tell me how lucky I am to have him. It's tiring, but I love him, and he's blissfully unaware. He assumes people are being kind. So when our company's annual client gala rolled around, I thought, why not bring him? He wanted to peek behind the curtain, meet my colleagues, nibble on the terrible past hors d'oeuvres, and then we'd slip out early. Easy. I should have listened to that warning bell. The moment we entered the ballroom, my director, Miranda, zeroed in on him. Not polite steals of a glance. Full-on pursuit. She appeared beside us like she'd been following our route. Intercepted us before coats were hung. You must be Daniel, she purred. I've heard all about you. She took his hand as if it were her prize, holding on until it felt awkward. I'm Miranda, your wife's boss. The one lucky enough to collaborate with her. For the rest of the evening, she loitered nearby, laughing louder than necessary at his ordinary jokes, brushing his shoulder when she spoke, peppering him with intimate-sounding questions about his freelance drone mapping projects, while leaving me standing 2 feet away. Daniel, in his charming innocence, assumed she was being friendly. Your boss is great, he whispered to me over the clinking plates. I smiled through irritation. Sure, great. I told myself it was embarrassing, but temporary. The gala would end and we'd go home. Then Monday happened. Miranda summoned me to her office with urgent tones. Your husband mentioned he does freelance drone surveys, right? My stomach dropped. I've been thinking we should bring him in as a consultant for the Keaton account. I'll oversee the paperwork myself. Miranda, I started. It's ideal. He clearly knows this field, and I love supporting staff families, she said with an entitlement grin. Within days, she was inventing reasons to loop him into projects. Emails about trivial strategy details that did not require her involvement. Networking messages. Invitations to calls that never seemed to include me, even though I worked on the same client. He's just being professional, Daniel said when I raised it. It's part of networking. I wanted to believe him, but colleagues began to murmur. She's spending a lot of one-on-one time with your husband. My cubicle mate warned. Be careful. The breaking point came last Thursday. Daniel left his tablet awake on the couch while he rinsed off after a run. A preview popped up on the screen. Miranda, urgent. I know I shouldn't have, but I read them. They weren't corporate. They were personal, flirtatious. Loved our coffee chat today. You have this way of seeing things I don't with other people. Wonder if fate had arranged for us to meet sooner? That jacket you wore yesterday? Stopping my heart. My hands trembled. I scrolled back. Weeks of messages. Her initiating every exchange. Daniel's replies were polite, strictly about schedules and deliverables, never returning the tone. I took screenshots of each thread. That night I showed him. His face went white. I swear I never encouraged any of this, he said. I thought she was just being cordial. I tried to keep it work appropriate. I know, I said, but that didn't make it any less awful. I confronted Miranda the next morning, steady-voiced and prepared. Professional. I printed the messages and laid them on her desk. Miranda, these messages to my husband need to stop. They're inappropriate. She skimmed them and then smiled. Quiet. Cunning. I don't know what you're insinuating, she replied. We have a consulting arrangement. If you're feeling threatened in your marriage, perhaps this role isn't the best fit for you anymore. It was a direct hint about my position. I felt my pulse thud, but I'd thought ahead. This conversation is being recorded, I said calmly. For my protection. Her expression faltered. That afternoon, I forwarded every screenshot, every odd calendar invite that overlapped my shifts, every awkward voicemail to HR. I told them there might be a pattern. They said they'd open an inquiry. This morning, I watched through the office glass as 2 corporate representatives walked Miranda out with a small box of her things. Turns out, I wasn't the first to complain. Other staff had raised concerns over the years that never went anywhere. With the messages documented and her veiled threat captured, HR couldn't sweep it under the rug. Daniel ended his consulting agreement immediately. My teammates have been kind and protective. And Miranda? Not only is she gone, but legal counsel is reviewing the case because she weaponized her authority to pursue personal relations.